Good afternoon. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, February 15th, 2021. Well, we are starting to see some changes in our weather pattern, and that's going to lead to a warmer storm solution that we're expecting for tonight's storm, which is certainly some good news, especially for the threat for ice. Notice, though, our temperatures as of noon this afternoon is basically ranging from the mid to upper 20s over the interior and lower to mid 30s over the New York City metro, mid to upper 30s in the Philadelphia metro, and down towards southern New Jersey, already in the upper 30s to lower 40s. This is very important in forecasting for ice. Notice these dew points here are still in the 20s. So when the heavier precipitation comes in, and you get what's called wet bulbing, that allows for your temperatures initially to fall. I say initially because eventually everyone will be rising towards or above freezing. It's just a question of timing, and that timing will influence our forecast. So when we take a look at our surface map, here is one low pressure system exiting. We got another low pressure system organizing down here towards the Gulf Coast that will be lifting northward and high pressure building south. We have these little weak short waves coming through as well, producing some rain and snow showers. And that is essentially what we're looking at right now on the radar here. We have some snow showers lifting northward along our Arctic boundary. And here's our next storm that's starting to organize and get its act together with very impressive snowfall around Memphis, basically western Tennessee and Kentucky, back towards Arkansas, and all of that is lifting northward. And that means we got a wintry mess on our hands. Now, when you take a look at the infrared satellite picture, notice something very important here. Notice where this area of cold air of strong lifting is starting to expand to. And generally, it's to the north of the region. And that's really, really important. Because what we're studying here, what we're seeing here, what we've been watching this whole morning, is a stronger support for our primary low pressure system to remain the primary low pressure system over the eastern Great Lakes a bit longer, while the secondary low pressure system, which is forming right around here, will, it'll do its part developing around, let's say, southeastern Pennsylvania and then lifting up towards the southeastern New England area overnight tonight. It won't become the primary low until it gets into the Gulf of Maine. And that's very important because that tells us everything about the timing of the precipitation, transition in types. It tells us where the heaviest precipitation will be and also where your strongest lifting will be. So when you add all those factors together, you get a pretty good idea of what you want to do with this forecast. Currently right now we have plenty of clouds in place, and that won't be changing for today. So let's dive into the forecast that we have issued for this morning. That was put out this morning. Again, this starts out 7 p.m. this evening. This is separate from the rain and snow showers that we currently have developing to the north of the region, and that will swing through this afternoon. But this evening is when this new storm impacts the region and starts off along the coast here as a mix of snow and rain, quickly changing over to rain. So you might see a trace. That's about it by tomorrow morning, if that. In zone 2, this is where things get a little bit more complicated. Now, the models have all gone warmer in this area, going from snow to rain. But again, notice the dry air in place and the cold conditions. And also, by the way, we still do have a snowpack. So at the very least, I think we see a trace of ice here in snow, sleet, and freezing rain. The longer that freezing rain lingers, that's the real threat. You could get up to 1/10 of an inch of ice here. Now, if you are basically above a subway, that won't be an issue like in New York City. But if you're in Allentown and some of your secondary roadways, that will be an issue. Everyone eventually goes over to rain. The question is just how fast does that happen at your lowest levels of the atmosphere. So rather than try to play cute and just go, well, the models are warm, so I'm going to go warm, I'm keeping that icy threat in place here just so that way you are well prepared. And at the very least, maybe it doesn't materialize and you don't have to worry about it tomorrow morning, but at least you will be prepared. And then farther north in our northern zone, zone 1, this is where, again, snow won't be a big deal here, trace to an inch, but ice certainly will be, where you could get up to 1/2 inch ice here. So this is where you have kind of your ice warnings and all that stuff going on for tomorrow morning. So again, don't take that lightly. This is going to be a very icy and dangerous situation up in this area around the Catskills, Poconos, and northwestern New Jersey, and you can continue and stretch that off into northern Connecticut here and portions of the Hudson River Valley as well. So rather dangerous. So let's dive into this forecast, shall we? So for today, you see the clouds increasing, periods of rain and snow showers. The heavier precipitation comes in this evening. Temperatures will be rising throughout this period, eventually with morning lows by tomorrow morning ranging from the lower to mid 30s over the interior and upper 30s along the coast for those morning temperatures. Then those temperatures continue to rise on tomorrow afternoon. As that storm continues to exit, we kind of slow off on the cold air transport. So your high temperatures will peak in the lower to mid 40s over the interior and upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. So some very warm air is going to be surging northward. On Tuesday night into Wednesday, really strong cold air transport takes hold. High pressure builds in. Sky is clear. Look for lows in the single digits to mid-teens over the interior, upper teens to lower 20s along the coast. High temperatures will only range on Wednesday from the lower to mid-20s over the interior and upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. And that takes us to our next storm. This one will be approaching Thursday afternoon evening with an initial shot of very heavy snow marching its way northward from the southern mid-Atlantic into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. This is going to be a very heavy burst of snow that's going to reduce visibility, but because of the storm track on through Friday, again, your primary low remains in place until basically Friday morning. So that means all your snow transitions over to rain gradually from south to north. Temperatures on Thursday will start off in, well, rather chilly in the lower to mid-teens over the interior, upper teens to mid-20s along the coast. By the time we get to Friday morning, those temperatures will continue to rise and will end up in the lower to mid-30s over the interior and upper 30s to lower 40s along the coast. And then those temperatures will free fall in the afternoon and evening as the storm pulls away. Again, look for accumulating snowfall throughout the region. We'll work out just how fast that transition goes from sleet and to rain. This is not an ice threat this time. I think this is more of a snow threat going over to rain. Saturday and Sunday, high pressure and control with clear skies, but it will be chilly. Look for low temperatures on Saturday ranging from the upper teens to lower 20s, and for the coast, I say upper teens to lower 20s, and for high temperatures in the mid 20s to lower 30s. And then on Sunday, look for low temperatures in the single digits to mid teens and high temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Finally, on Monday, just a traditional low pressure system. Simple, easy, very simple to forecast for. A nice little clipper with some rain and snow showers. Look for lows in the lower to mid 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the upper 30s to lower 40s over the interior, mid to upper 40s along the coast, supporting the potential more for rain than anything else as we start to transition away from our winter weather pattern and start heading towards spring. Well, there's some hints. Yeah. That's your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, and as always, stay safe out there.